Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Sakshi Vilas Shirgaonkar, student teacher from Bombay Teachers Training College. Today's topic is eutrophication. So let's get started. Let us see the meaning of eutrophication. So eutrophication is nothing but the phenomena when excessive nutrients they go into the water from the land, which causes growing of plants in the water. A greenish thing which covers the water is called as a eutrophication, and the nutrients such as phosphates which help to grow plants in the water, and the water becomes dead and it does not support any life. Many aquatic animals they die because of eutrophication, and these nutrients they are inorganic in nature and they form algae and macrophytes in the water. Eutrophication is believed to be mostly caused by the human activities like using artificial nutrients which deteriorates the quality of water, like the effects such as deforestation, global warming, depletion of the ozone layer. Eutrophication is also considered to be the harmful effect on the environment. Now let us study the causes of eutrophication. The first cause of eutrophication is use of fertilizers. In this what happens in agriculture, they use lot of fertilizers in the soil which accumulates the nutrients to high concentration level, and with the rain it gets carried away into the water bodies. Second is discharge of wastewater into the water bodies. In this, most of the industries they discharge the wastewater in the water bodies, which again release nutrients and growth of algae. Third is reduction of self-purification capacity. In this, it is said that the lakes accumulate some solid particles which come from the sediments from other water bodies. These sediments are able to absorb nutrients and pollutants, but constantly when the basin is filled with the sediments, and so these nutrients settle at the bottom of the water, which is not observed and leads to poor quality of water. Now let us see the steps in the process of eutrophication. Okay, so eutrophication occurs in 4 simple steps. First is excess nutrients. First, farmers apply fertilizers to the soil. Then excess nutrients run up from the field into the water. Second is algae bloom. In this, the fertilizer rich in nitrate and phosphate spark the overgrowth of algae in the water bodies. Third, oxygen depletion. When the algae forms, it blocks the sunlight from entering the water and uses up the oxygen. Eventually, the water becomes oxygen depleted. Fourth is dead zones. Finally, water that is completely depleted of oxygen becomes a dead zone and can no longer support life. In this, most of the aquatic animals die because of the oxygen depletion. Now you can see in the storyboard, first the fertilizers are put into the agriculture, and because of the rain what happens, all the fertilizers they get carried out into the water bodies, and then all these fertilizers particles they go into the water. Yes, and because of that what happens, the algae is formed on the top of the water. Yes, the green thing which you see is called as the process of eutrophication. So because of that what happens, it blocks the water from entering the sunlight and it becomes oxygen depleted, and most of the animals die because of oxygen depletion. Okay, so now let us see the effects of eutrophication. As we have understood that nutrients like phosphorus and nitrogen they lead to eutrophication. The most acute phenomena is that the algae produces lot of toxins which are harmful and it can destroy aquatic life in the affected areas. These are the main effects as you can see on my screen. Substances like phytoplankton, zooplankton, bacteria, fungi, debris in the water, then inorganic chemicals such as ammonia, nitrates, oxygen sulfide which are harmful substances. Then the organic substances like they can give odor or bad taste to the water also because of the earth. also because of the rotten fish, of cloves, of watermelon, or due to the presence of particular algae, there are no fishes of good quality in the water, and because of that it has negative impact on fishing occupation. It prohibits the tourists to use lake water from bathing because of the odor and algae in the water, and reduction of oxygen concentration, especially in the deeper layers of the lake at the end of summer and in autumn. So these were the effects of eutrophication. Okay, so now let us study the remedies for eutrophication. In the past, people tried out many strategies like alteration of excess nutrients, physical mixing of the water, application of powerful herbicides, algicides, but it is proved to be unsuccessful. Some of the remedies which are used now are improving the purification process and adopting the tertiary treatments to reduce the nutrients, using filters to remove the nitrogen and phosphorus, proper planning of fertilizers to be used in the agricultural activities, adding iron or aluminium salts or calcium carbonate can reduce the presence of phosphorus. Yes, and now let us see the conclusion. So, what is the conclusion? Water is something which should be protected by this phenomena as it is used for drinking purpose. It's more important, especially during the global decline. Still use so many ways, using so many ways to stop these things. The water is getting polluted day by day, and management of the eutrophic process is a complex issue that will require the collective efforts of scientists, policymakers, and citizens. Okay, so these are the references of the topic, and thank you so much for watching.